Okay, what we are learning how to make today is a 1-point perspective room. So what we're going to create is this wall back here. We are going to create these walls here, the ceiling, and we are going to create the ground with a checkerboard pattern. What you're going to need for today's lesson is a pencil with an eraser and a ruler, as well as a piece of square paper. What we begin with is something called the horizon line, and that is the line that we're going to make going straight across the middle of the paper. Do not make this line very dark because you are going to be erasing it. So that line is very light there. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to make a square or a box in the middle of our paper. So we're going to use our ruler, and we are going to make a square. So I notice this is 2 inches. Two inches. 2 inches, and if I did it right, 2 inches to close. So now I have my square, which is my back wall, which is right here, the back wall of mine made. I'm going to put a dot in the middle of that square on the horizon line, and this dot is now called the vanishing point, and the vanishing point is the line that any line like you see up here is going to go back to. The vanishing point on this picture that is already finished was right here where the point of my pencil is. So let's make the lines dividing the ceiling from the sides. So we are going to take our ruler. We are going to line it up with the vanishing point and the corner of this box. We're going to skip this part here, and once we're outside of the box, we are going to draw that line until we go off the edge of the paper. Next, we're going to go to the next one, which will be this line here for this wall. We're lining it up with the vanishing point and the bottom corner. Line your ruler up, draw your line going off. Now we have one entire full wall. We have 2 walls so far. For the next wall, we're going to line it up with the vanishing point and the top corner. Draw your line, and finally, again, for the last spot, line it up with the vanishing point in the bottom corner, and there you have it. We now have the inside of a box. So this is the back wall, this is the right hand side, the left hand side wall, the ceiling, and the ground. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to create this checkerboard pattern floor. And in order to do that, we are going to make some marks along the bottom of this back wall. We are going to make one in the middle. We are going to make one halfway between here and here. And we are going to make one more halfway between here and here on this side. What we are now going to do is we are going to line up our vanishing point with these marks, and we are going to draw lines going all the way to the edge of the paper from those points. So that's going to look like this. I'm going to start with this one first. I line it up, and I draw my line all the way to the edge. Line it up, draw my line all the way to the edge, and my final one, line it up, and draw my line. Now I have these lines, 1, 2, 3, that are coming down. Those are the vertical lines of our checkerboard floor. The next thing I want to do is I'm now going to just make regular horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are lines that go from left to right, and I am going to make my first one close to this line. Then I'm going to make my next one with a bit more space. And my final one will be right near the edge. So you want to spread these out. Closer together. I line it right across. Closer together, the further back. Further apart as it gets further away. You know what? For this one, I might not even need this one at the bottom, but I'll put it in. So what we get is the appearance of something going back in space. It's getting smaller as it goes far away and larger as it gets closer to us. The last thing that we need to add are these lines here for our aquarium glass walls. And we are simply going to line those up with these same dashes we made. You're gonna do vertical line going up between this top line, the ceiling, and the ground of this wall. 1, line it up, vertical line, 2, and if you have that third one, 3. Next, you're gonna hop over to the opposite side of your paper and you are going to line up the ruler. Vertical lines, meaning lines going up and down, straight up and down. 1, 2, and this one, as you'll notice, is actually off of the paper, so I wouldn't even draw it. Next, we're going to connect this top line to this top line. So we're going to put our ruler up there, draw across, draw across. Since this one does not line up, we are going to hold it as straight as possible and draw our horizontal line all the way across. And there you have it. We have our aquarium ground and ceiling. What you want to do last is you want to erase that very first line that we made of the horizon line.